Good morning, everyone. Going to give everybody a couple of seconds to hop on. Really hoping that I am able to deliver this message to you guys this morning. I tried twice last week and it just didn't work out for me, but I am so convinced that the information that I have to share with you is important enough that it's worth me giving it another shot. So whenever you hop on, if you would, please like the post. Let me know in the comments whether you're here. Good morning, Danielle. Thank you for hopping on. If you do comment, please make sure that you click on the StreamYard link that gives StreamYard permission to share your name with me whenever you put your comments in. That way I know who it is that I can say good morning to, and thank you for joining us. So, like I said, last week, I had a great message that I really felt was important and valuable, and life did everything that it possibly could to get in my way, from me having issues with my Wi-Fi to the point where my Wi-Fi crashed 5 minutes before I got online to try to deliver the message. And I tried to change and adapt and make a quick shift that would allow me to still be able to bring that message to you. And by the time I got that worked out, I was so flustered that I couldn't even say what I wanted to say. So thank you for joining me this morning. Thank you for taking the time and being committed to joining me here and taking advantage of the little quick hits of inspiration that I'm trying to bring you, whether it's from something that I've read or just some thoughts that I have, that kind of thing. I am enjoying sharing this time with you, and I hope that you're genuinely getting something out of it. So just to dive in, what I've been wanting to talk about is the seasons of life and how everything is cyclical. We can very much see that in the weather outside. We've had gorgeous weather for the past several days, and then get up this morning and it's rainy and kind of chilly. And, you know, we see these changes in life, whether it's the seasons or our relationships. Everything is cyclical and change is a constant, and it's how we react to and adapt to those changes that go a long way towards ensuring our success or our failure, depending on how we approach it. Because with change always comes challenge. Take, for example, the weather that they had in Texas a couple of weeks ago. Austin is not prepared in any way to deal with massively cold temperatures, large amounts of snow. Their infrastructure collapsed. People were trying to figure out how to cook, how to bathe, how to survive in a situation where there were so many challenges that they didn't know how to overcome. And we saw them do this in different ways. People were bringing snow in to the bathtub and using that water for flushing or whatever they might need if their pipes weren't frozen, obviously. But there was one mother that was boiling water in like a crawfish bowl sort of thing so that she and her children and her family could bathe. So, you know, there are plenty of other examples, and one of them that's right here in front of us is Spring Market. Okay, from now until the end of May is one of the hottest and fastest markets that we as real estate agents ever get the opportunity to participate in. And we're looking at a spring market with historically low inventory and historically low interest rates. So how do we adapt to the changes and the challenges that we're facing, not only in the market, but in our lives? And how can we embrace that change or that uncertainty and expect it so that we have the ability to adapt and use that change for us, for our benefit, instead of needing to have our expectations met? Okay, and that expectation of having your needs met is what often causes us to put on what I like to call our dip goggles, okay? Because when we're faced with that change, we kind of go, whoa, I don't know that I'm ready to walk through that fire. That's going to take too much. People are going to judge me, right? I've been there. I have a pretty darn good feeling that you guys have been there. We go through these dips in business. We go through these dips in our personal life and our relationships. How can we break that pattern? How can we give ourselves that 2 millimeter shift that is going to completely change our trajectory? Think about it this way. If you're a pilot and you have a set course that you're supposed to take to get you and your passengers to your destination, if your flight pattern is off 2 millimeters, it's so tiny, 2 millimeters, you are going to end up in a completely different place, right? So how can we change the way that we react and determine our success in a better way? Because we all have bad days, right? You're going to find that, the challenges, sometimes they get you down, right? You run away from dealing with the conversation that you have to have or making the move that you feel like you need to make, but we shy away from it because we don't want to deal with the challenges. We don't want to push through that fire of our life. The only way out of that situation is through. Okay. You have to face the challenge. You have to make that 2 millimeter shift. The only way that you can do that is if you increase your awareness of how you react in those certain situations. So we're going back to our original example, we're looking at a spring market with incredibly low inventory. That's a huge challenge. So what can you do? How can you expect that change, embrace that challenge, and move forward in a way that serves you and serves your customers in a better way? Well, we've got a lot of options. Excuse me, we've got a lot of options for you. Say, for example, you have a seller whose home isn't necessarily as up to date as they would like for it to be. And it's a situation where in order for them to sell their home, they might need to list it a little bit below market value to accommodate for the repairs or upgrades that haven't been made to the home. How do you overcome that challenge? Well, there's a great tool out there that's called Curbio. I know that you've probably seen David share posts from Curbio in our agent community. But what Curbio does, and it works here in the Metro Atlanta area, is it allows sellers to use the equity in their home to make changes, repairs, upgrades to their home, use the equity out of their home, and pay for those repairs at closing. Now, what this does is it gives them the ability to list their home at the best possible price for them and get the property sold, still use their equity, no cash out of pocket for them, and be able to get the home sold and closed. That would be a great way to overcome that particular challenge. One of the other challenges that we're facing and that we see regularly in the market is iBuyers. And we have an option for that too. It's called Option Move. If you are trying to build your business, if you're trying to gain more listings, Option Move is a great product that will allow you to put your customer's home in front of at least 4 different iBuyers and 2 different bridge solutions that would allow them to either sell the home at market, sell the home to an iBuyer, or take advantage of the equity in their home in order to be able to provide a non-contingent offer on a home. So is it necessarily going to be easy adapting and changing the way that we have some of these conversations? Maybe not. But let's take a look at all of the options that are out there that you can take advantage of and that your sellers and your buyers can take advantage of so that we can get them into homes and we can work to create the inventory that may not be out there in the market for them to take advantage of. So I guess what I'm saying is take advantage of the tools that are out there and available for you. Use them to embrace the challenge that comes along with change and make a decision that's going to move you forward in a way that will serve you, serve your customers, and make sure that you aren't leaving your future in the future. It's not always easy to make the decisions that we need to make. It's not always easy to face the challenges that might be coming up for us, but it's always easier if you face them and go through them instead of, again, waking up one day and wondering why it still seems like your future is way out there in the future. I hope that this message has been helpful for you. I hope that it's been encouraging. If you would like any more information on Curbio or on Option Move, please feel free to reach out to me. I know that we do have recorded trainings for Option Move, and if that is a program that you are interested in participating in, I do have marketing available for you to use so that you can market the program and use it to build your business, advertise it to the people that you're working with. Whatever I can do to help, I am absolutely here for it and would love to be of service. If there's anything else, I'm always here for that too. So I hope that you guys have a great and very productive week. I'm so glad that I was able to bring this message to you. If you are on my relocation team, I am looking forward to seeing you in just a few minutes for our first relocation team meeting of the year. Want to also remind you, make sure that you mark your calendars. Fuel this year begins in the evening of March the 16th. That is when awards will be presented. So please make sure that as you can, you show up for any watch parties that we may have, whether they're in person or online. We do have a lot of our agents that are up for awards this year. I'll shout out Cassandra Bickle, Nick Goodwin, Zach Bobo, Maria Sims Group. I know I'm missing somebody, and I'm so sorry. I hope that you would appreciate, the fact that I'm trying here. But we do have a number of members of our team that are up for pretty prestigious awards, and I would love to see you virtually and share in the excitement and supporting them in their potential awards. So thank you so much, you guys. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you again next week.